In the top stories, we govern by principle, not politics, says Prime Minister Drew. Opposition walks out of Parliament after clash with House Speaker Juliet Holness, and children among victims in Russia. Strikes hours after Trump-Putin talks shelved. Welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Wednesday, 22nd October. I am Jasmine Thomas, and we do apologize for the late start in today's news. Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew says his government is committed to governing by principle, not politics. Speaking in the National Assembly on Friday, 17th October, Dr. Drew reaffirmed his administration's focus on fairness, good governance, and respect for public office. He emphasized that former Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris is being treated with the dignity owed to a former leader, including a state-provided driver and security, duty-free concessions, and access to a diplomatic passport. Dr. Drew said these are not favors but a matter of principle, a break from past practices of political spite. He pointed to how former Prime Minister Dr. Denzil Douglas was denied those same courtesies when he left office in 2015, including being refused a diplomatic passport. If we believe in good governance, Dr. Drew stated, how can someone who served this country be denied basic respect? He stressed that no former leader has been denied their entitlements under his government, regardless of political affiliation. Prime Minister Drew concluded by saying the good governance agenda is moving forward and his administration will continue to uphold fairness and institutional respect across the board. Progress for the 2 million gallon per day desalination plant at the C.A. Paul Southwell Industrial Park is well advanced as the government of St. Christopher and Nevis draws closer to returning Basseterre to a 24-hour supply of water. Minister of Public Infrastructure, the Honorable Conwys Maynard, noted that the desalination plant was powered up for the first time on Thursday, 16th October, for testing. The testing of the individual sequence of treatment stages, such as the reverse osmosis trains, will be ongoing for several weeks. We made a commitment that we will undertake to ease and significantly improve the water situation of the Federation, in particular St. Kitts, and we are well on the way to do so, Minister Maynard said during the October 17 sitting of the National Assembly. When operational, the desalination plant will provide a steady and dependable source of water to meet the growing demand from households and industry. Efforts to improve the water situation outside of the Basseterre area are also continuing. The results of the recent hydrological drone survey revealed 17 promising sites where potable water is likely stored underground. Drilling of a new well is expected to commence in December of 2025. We now take a look at regional news. Tempers flared in the House of Representatives on Tuesday afternoon after Jamaica's opposition leader Mark Golding led a walkout of opposition members, accusing Speaker Juliet Holness of unfairly silencing their attempts to question Environment Minister Matthew Samuda. The confrontation unfolded shortly after Samuda delivered a statement on Tropical Storm Melissa and the government's preparations for the system, which is expected to affect the island within the next 48 hours. St. Mary's South-Eastern MP Christopher Brown attempted to question Samuda about previous landslides and outstanding payments to contractors, but Speaker Holness repeatedly interrupted him, ruling that his inquiries were unrelated to the minister's statement. Holness cited the standing orders, explaining that only the opposition spokesperson is allowed 5 minutes to respond to a ministerial statement, while other members, government or opposition, may ask questions directly related to the statement. Government MP Everald Warrington twice rose on a point of order to reinforce that position, drawing objections from opposition members, including St. Catherine Northwestern MP Damian Crawford and St. Andrews Southeastern Minister of Parliament Julian Robinson, but were cut off mid-sentence by Holness. Internationally, at least 7 people have been killed, including 2 children, during intense Russian drone and missile strikes on Ukraine, officials say. A kindergarten was hit in Ukraine's second biggest city, Kyiv, and there was widespread damage in Kiev. Children were among the 27 people wounded. Hours earlier, U.S. President Donald Trump said his plans for an imminent summit in Budapest with Russia's Vladimir Putin had been shelved as he did not want a wasted meeting. President Volodymyr Zelensky said the attacks proved Moscow had not come under enough pressure for its continued war. The Kremlin has rejected calls for a ceasefire along the current front lines made both by Trump and European leaders. However, Russian officials said on Wednesday that preparation for a Trump-Putin summit was continuing, disputing the U.S. president's assessment that it had been put on hold. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov said a date had yet to be agreed upon and careful preparation was needed. And now for the weather. Right now, it's partly cloudy with a slight dust haze. Winds are coming from the east at around 15 miles per hour. The temperature is 28 degrees Celsius or 82 degrees Fahrenheit, with humidity at 80%. Today's forecast: expect partly cloudy skies with a moderate chance of about 40% of passing showers. Tonight, similar conditions, partly cloudy with a 60% chance of a few showers. Winds will stay easterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour, with gusts up to 31 miles per hour. Seas are rough, between 5 and 8 feet, with northerly swells around 5 feet. A high surf advisory is in effect, and small craft operators should be cautious. Sunset this evening is around 5:45, and sunset tomorrow will be at approximately 6 o'clock. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jasmine Thomas. God bless you.